of the major causes of accidents in Kenya is ignorance of road signs by drivers or ignoring road signs by drivers. So a driver must be able to identify road signs and know their meanings. That's why I want to take you through how the 4 things that will help you to identify road signs at your disposal. Any road sign at your disposal. 4 things. These 4 things will really help you to identify any road sign. It's not a matter of cramming, reciting, or singing. No. The first thing, or thing 1, is classes of road signs. Road signs are classified into 3 classes. We have class A. Class A is called regulatory signs, that begins from stop sign to control parking zone. That is class A, which is called regulatory signs. We have class B of road signs, which are called warning signs. Beginning from sharp bend or bend left to the left, bend left ahead, or sharp bend to the left ahead, to control railway crossing ahead or railway crossing without a barrier ahead. That is now class B. Then we have class C, which is called informatory signs, that begins from control panels to hazard demarcation. That is now class C, which is called informative signs or informatory signs. Thing 2 are the groups of road signs. Road signs are further grouped into 5 major groups. How do we arrive at these 5 groups? Class A of regulatory signs, which I said beginning from stop sign to uncontrolled railway crossing, to uncontrolled parking zone, is divided or subdivided into 3 groups. The first group in class A and the first group of road signs is called priority or major road signs. There are only 2. That is stop sign and give way sign. You have to say stop sign. If you say stop, the examiner may not know what you mean, because here you stop because of the stop sign. You stop by law. You give way because of the give way sign. These 2 signs are normally applicable at a junction. They normally work applicable together. That's why they are called major road signs. Second group is called prohibitory signs. Prohibitory signs begin from no entry to control parking zone. Prohibitory signs, they prohibit, the way the name suggests. Then class C, then group, the third group I mean is called mandatory signs, which are beginning from all vehicles must proceed to the left to end, compulsory end of speed limit 30 km/h. The fourth group of road signs is called warning sign, meaning that warning sign has no group. So warning sign is a group and it's also a class. So it starts from sharp bend to the left ahead or bend left ahead to control railway crossing ahead or railway crossing without a barrier ahead. Then the last group of signs is called informatory signs, meaning that informatory signs has no group. So informatory signs is also a group and a class, beginning from control panels to hazard demarcation. So in this involuntary science, we have subgroups inside it, but those subgroups are not part of groups of road signs. We have route confirmatory, advanced directions, and facility signs. We are now moving to thing 3. Thing 3 are now the characteristics. I will put them together with thing 4 with the keyword. Those are the things that will enable you to identify any road sign that is possible as a student. When you go for the test or you are on the road driving your vehicle. So when you come to priority signs or major road signs, you see stop sign is octagon in shape because it is a 8-sided figure, red in color. Then in between is written stop. Giveaway sign is triangular in shape and red in color. Apex is facing downward and there's nothing inside it. It is plain. The background is white in color. Let's giveaway sign. Then when you come to prohibitory signs, they are circular in shape. Remember, they begin from no entry to control parking zone. They are circular in shape, red in color. Then you see here, the information is what is inside it. So when you see any sign which is circular in shape and red in color, number 1 is prohibitory sign. The keyword is no entry or prohibited. Whatever is inside is not prohibited or not allowed there. So when I sign a point at this, you see a bicycle. So simply say no entry for bicycles or bicycle prohibited. Simple. When it comes to the mandatory signs, they are also circular in shape but blue in color. That's the difference. Difference in the colors. Inside it, there is something that is brought inside, is information. Example point at this, you see an arrow pointing to the left. Keyword here is mandatory or compulsory. So, you simply say all vehicles must, all mandatory proceed left. When you see this and this and this, these are tracks. You say compulsory bicycle track because what you see inside is a bicycle. You see a man and a child. You simply say compulsory pedestrian track. You see cattle here. You simply say compulsory cattle track. A track is found along the roadside or along the highway. It is somehow a place that is set aside for only bicycles, for only pedestrians, for only cattle. When you come to warning signs, triangular in shape, apex is now facing upwards. This is the apex facing upwards. Red in color, they give information and warning. Give information and warning. These two, whether prohibitory signs or mandatory signs, they give orders. But these ones give information and warning. Keyword is ahead. So if the final point at this, you can see this bend, there's a bend. Bending is to the left. The road itself is bending to the left. This is to say sharp bend to the left ahead or bend left ahead. So you are being warned that is a bend ahead to the left. You have been given information that is a bend to the left ahead and it's also dangerous. So you must take precaution by slowing down. Then lastly we have informatory signs which are rectangular in shape, blue in color. The keyword is around. That facility is around. Leave alone the subgroups inside like advanced direction, route confirmatory. No, we are only concerned with the facility signs. When the sign point at this, you can see there is a bed. This means motel or hotel around, because in a motel or a hotel, you can eat and sleep, find a place to rest. You see? So those are the 4 things that can help you to identify any road sign at your disposal. That marks the end of this lesson.